Moloney Street Re, your investment research friend, guides you through the labyrinth of stock investing in Nigeria. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share to keep up with our useful insights. C&I Leasing PLC. C&I Leasing declared final dividend of 2 for 3 bonus share for the financial year ended December 31st, 2023. This is the same declaration from the previous year's dividend of 2 for 3 bonus shares, showcasing the company's strong financial performance and commitment to shareholder value. Below fair value, C&I, leasing price of 370. Naira is trading below the estimated fair value of 61.74. Naira and trading significantly below fair value by more than 20%. Analysis, undervalued by 94% C&I. Leasing is good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 7.56. Full year 2023 earnings, EPS 0.85 Naira versus 0.37 Naira in 2022. Vitafoam Nigeria PLC. Vitafoam Nigeria is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 7.4% that is well covered by earnings. 1.56 Naira per share at 6.0% yield with payout ratio in a comfortable 50%, which is supported by cash flows. Below fair value, Vitafoam's dividend of 7.43% is higher than the bottom 25% of the dividend payers in the market, 2.02%, and it is in the top 25% of the dividend payers in the market, 6.32%. Earnings. The dividend payments are covered by earnings. Also with a reasonably low 44.4%, the dividend payments are well covered by the cash flow. Geregu Power PLC. Geregu Power is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 0.8%, which is not notable compared to the bottom 25% of dividend payers in the market, 2.02%, nor the top 25% of the market, 6.3%. Geregu Power's earnings has been growing at an annualized rate of 0.9%, as against industry earnings growth of 6.9%. The revenue has been growing at an average rate of 9.2% per year, with a return on equity of 35.6% with a margin of 19.4%. EPS 642 Naira, up from 4.07 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 82.9 billion Naira, up 74% from financial year 2022. Net income 16.1 billion Naira, up 58% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 19%, down from 21% in financial year 2022. The decrease in margin was driven by higher expenses. Multiverse Mining and Exploration PLC. Multiverse is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 0.33%, which is not notable compared to the bottom 25% of dividend payers in the market, 2.02%, nor the top 25% of the market, 6.3%. Earnings grew by 51.7% over the past year. Multiverse is expensive based on price to earnings ratio of 22.66 compared to the peer average 9.9x. EPS 0.68 Naira, up from 0.45 Naira in FY 2022. Revenue 658.3 million Naira, up 9.3% from financial year 2022. Net income 287.9 million Naira, up 52% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 44%, up from 32% in financial year 2022. The increase in margin was primarily driven by lower expenses. Nascon Allied Industries PLC. Nascon is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 3.81% that is well covered by earnings. Nascon's price of 52.55 Naira is trading below the estimated fair value of 187.89 Naira. This stock is good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 10x compared to peers average of 19.x. Nascon has been growing earnings at an average annual rate of 33.3%, EPS 518 Naira, up from 2.06 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 80.8 billion Naira, up 38% from financial year 2022. Net income 13.7 billion Naira, up 151% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 17%, up from 9.3% in financial year 2022. The increase in margin was driven by higher revenue. African Prudential PLC, AfriPrud, is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 6.52% that is well covered by earnings. AfriPrud's 6.9 Naira is trading above the estimated fair value of 1.11 Naira. The stock is also good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 14.3% compared to its peers average of 19.2%. AfriPrud's current net profit margins are higher than last year's 78.5%. EPS 0.48 Naira, down from 0.75 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 3.99 billion Naira, up 110% from financial year 2022. Net income 962.9 million Naira, down 36% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 24%, down from 79% in financial year 2022. The decrease in margin was driven by higher expenses. Lafarge Africa PLC. WAPCO is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 5.34% that is well covered by earnings. WAPCO's 5.34% dividend is higher than the bottom 25% of dividend payers in the Nigeria stock market, which is low compared to top 25% of dividend payers in the market. With a reasonable low cash payout ratio of 28%, WAPCO's dividend payments are well covered by its cash flows. EPS 3.17 Naira, down from 333 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 405.5 billion Naira, up 8.6% from financial year 2022. Net income 51.1 billion Naira, down 4.7% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 13%, down from 14% in financial year 2022. The decrease in margin was driven by higher expenses. Nigerian Exchange Group PLC. NGX Group is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 6.25% that is well covered by earnings. NGX Group is good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 9.9% compared to its peers average of 20.3%. NGX Group's earnings have been declining at an average rate of 5%, while revenue has been growing at an average rate of 2.1% per year. EPS 2.43 Naira, up from 0.35 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 11.8 billion Naira, up 33% from financial year 2022. Net income 5.25 billion Naira, up 4.55 billion Naira from financial year 2022. Profit margin 45%, up from 7.9% in financial year 2022. The increase in margin was primarily driven by higher revenue. Dangote Cement PLC. Dangsem is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 4.37% that is well covered by earnings. Dangsem has a total shareholder equity of 1,725.8 billion Naira and a total of 1,012.6 billion Naira, with a debt-to-equity ratio of 58.7%. Dangsem's total assets and total liabilities are 3,938.7 billion Naira and 2,012.9 billion Naira respectively. EBIT is 731.4 billion Naira, making its interest coverage ratio 6.2. Cash and short-term investments of 447.1 billion Naira. Dangsem's short-term assets 1,491.0 billion Naira do not cover its short liabilities 1,612.6 billion Naira, but it's exceeding its long-term liabilities 600.3 billion Naira. Dangsem's high payout ratio of 113.3% does not cover the dividend payments, are not well covered by earnings. Cash payout ratio is also high, 93.3% is not covered by cash flows. EPS 26.47 Naira, up from 22.27 Naira in financial year 2022. Revenue 2.21 trillion Naira, up 36% from financial year 2022. Net income 445.2 billion Naira, up 18% from financial year 2022. Profit margin 20%, down from 23% in FY 2022. The decrease in margin was driven by higher expenses. The Initiates PLC. TIP is a dividend-paying company with a current yield of 2.55% that is well covered by earnings. TIP's dividend 2.55% is higher than the bottom 25% of dividend payers, 2.05% in the market, and is low compared to top 25% of the dividend payers of 6.32%. With TIP's low payout ratio, 15.3%, its dividend payments are well covered by its earnings. TIPS is paying dividend, but the company has no free cash flows. TIP's 2.35 Naira price is trading above the fair value estimate of 0.16 Naira. TIPS is good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 6x, compared industry average of 17.5. TIP is good value based on its price to earnings ratio of 6x, compared to the peer average of 28.6x. Initiates has a total shareholder equity of 1.2 billion naira and total debt of 819.8 million naira, which brings its debt to equity ratio to 69.6%. Its total assets and total liabilities are 2.6 billion naira and 1.4 billion naira respectively. Initiate's EBIT is 459.5 million naira, making its interest coverage ratio 7.7. It has cash and short-term investments of 199.7 million naira. Investing in stocks, bonds, ETFs, or other instruments presents opportunities for wealth creation and portfolio growth. However, it demands knowledge, research, and strategic planning. By understanding the basics of investing, conducting diligent research, and implementing diversification strategies, you can navigate the stock market effectively and construct a resilient investment portfolio for the long term. Stay tuned to Moloney Street Re for more insights and guides by subscribing to our channels on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Don't delay, subscribe, like, comment, and share right now.